Yo, what's up designers? Welcome back to the channel. It's Jimmy and today I want to talk to you guys all about industrial designer titles, hierarchy, all of that stuff. And being in the industry for 4 years now, this is an extremely confusing topic. The reason why it's so confusing is you might be looking at these job listings and you'll see certain titles like a principal designer, lead designer, senior industrial designer. And how does that even compare to titles such as industrial designer 1, 2, 3? You know, how did these all kind of compare to each other? Which one's above which? How does it all make sense? So I just want to go ahead and share all the research that I found, and it might not be 100% accurate just because I don't think there is an overarching standard. Depending on which company you're at, they might be adopting different sets of titles, and so it just really depends on the company we're looking at. In order to explain all of this to you guys, I'm really going to break it down into 3 different sets. This is what I found, okay? The first 2 sets, what I'm going to talk about, is more of you're still an actual industrial designer doing industrial designer work. If you have watched, a bunch of my videos, you know what industrial designers do, hopefully. But the difference between these sets of titles is that it really just depends on how many years of experience you have. And so I'm going to go ahead and break it all down, and I'm also going to link a range of salary you could expect to get paid if you're in this title, okay? And then the third set of titles I'm going to talk about is more of a managerial side, of more of you're not really an industrial designer, you're not digging into all the SolidWorks and Keyshot and all that stuff anymore. You're more leading groups, leading teams, and so you're more of a manager with an industrial designer background, and there's certain levels to those titles as well. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about that towards the end of this video, so you definitely want to stick around to hear all of that. Okay. So let's just jump right into it, guys. The very first title within that first set is going to be a junior industrial designer. Expect a junior industrial designer to be someone who's still in school. They still might be an intern, and they're still waiting to graduate. So trying to get some real world experience under their belt. If you are this, expect to get paid anywhere from about $15 an hour up into $25 an hour. Okay, so once you've graduated and you got your degree, now you're looking for your first big boy full-time job, right? The title that you might get right off the bat is an industrial design title. An industrial designer title could get paid anywhere from the range of about $64,000 up into about $81,000. Personally, for me, I would say that it starts really from about $50,000 to about $84,000 from my own personal experience, hearing other students, hearing anecdotal stories of what other students get paid right out of college, okay? Industrial designer title, you'll have that title for about 4 years, 0 to 4 years of experience. And then the title after that is actually a senior industrial designer. Senior industrial designers generally have about 4 to 7 years worth of experience and expect to get paid anywhere from about $77,000 up into $97,000. Sorry, I keep looking down because I have a ton of notes here. And it's a bunch of titles and a bunch of salaries, so I can't remember it all, so I want to make sure it's accurate. Don't mind me when I'm looking down. Okay, so it goes from junior industrial designer, then senior industrial designer, then what's after that is a lead industrial designer. Lead industrial designers usually have about 7+ years of experience, and if you're a lead industrial designer, expect anywhere from about $77,000 up into about $97,000. On average, maybe about mid-80s. Okay. So the title after a lead industrial designer is a principal industrial designer. Principal industrial designers usually have about 10+ years, but you could also have that title even sooner than 10+ years. But if you're a principal industrial designer, expect anywhere from about $90,000 to all the way up into $200,000. So it's a pretty big range. All depends on you personally, how much experience you have, the company itself, and where you're located, obviously. Okay, so also what I found is that the title after a principal industrial designer is head of design. So no more industrial design, but it's just head of design. And I would imagine Some companies might have this title, some companies might not. I know that a company like Logitech has a title like this, so this is what I've been referencing. Okay, so the next set, guys, is going to be almost pretty much in correlation to the very first set, but now instead it's going to really just be Industrial Design 1, Industrial Design 2, Industrial Design 3, and Industrial Design 4. I haven't yet seen an Industrial Design 5 yet. So in correlation to the first set, Industrial Designer 1 would be like right off the bat an industrial designer with 0 to 4 years of experience. Industrial Designer 2 is like a senior industrial designer with about 4 to 7 years of experience. Industrial Designer 3 is like a lead industrial designer with 7+ years of experience. And then Industrial Designer 4 is like a principal industrial designer with 10+ years of experience. So those are the two sets. That's what you can expect to see when you start doing your job search and stuff like that. Let's just go ahead and talk about this very last set, which is more of the managerial set. And depending on which company you're at, if they have a very strong emphasis on design, they'll probably have these types of titles. So the very first one is really just Industrial Design Manager. An Industrial Design Manager, they're really just running a small group of industrial designers, maybe anywhere from about 3 to 7 industrial designers. Expect to get paid anywhere from about $85,000 all the way up into $107,000. So the level after an industrial design manager is a director of industrial design. A director of industrial design, to give you guys a quick description, they collaborate with the clients. They talk about what are the possibilities and what directions can be taken. They provide constructive feedback to be given to the team of industrial designers, and they could provide a vision as well as a certain structure or a certain process or way to do things to maximize efficiency so that we can all meet certain deadlines. So that's usually what a director does. And if you're a director, expect to get paid anywhere from about $96,000 up into about $123,000. Okay, so then the level after a director is going to be a VP of industrial design. So a VP of industrial design is actually a very high title. VP is considered a vice president, which is usually right under the president, which is usually right under the CEO. Okay, so the VP is running some very important things. They're probably running now groups of creative teams, not just industrial designers, but groups of creatives such as industrial designers or graphics designers or creatives and researchers and stuff like that. Okay, and they have a lot of the business responsibilities. And when you're a VP of industrial design, expect to get paid anywhere from about $142,000 up into $180,000. Okay. So the next level after this, and this is the highest level of design that I've seen, is what's considered a Chief Design Officer or CDO, or other people call it a Design Executive Officer or DEO. Okay, so this is literally the highest title you can possibly get as an industrial designer. So the responsibilities of a CDO is actually, they're thinking way more than just industrial design. They're thinking about how the business is run. They're thinking about running the graphics, the website, branding. Maybe if you're building headquarters, you'll look over the architecture. So this type of title is really essentially just a part of running the whole business as far as creatives, looks, and branding goes. The most popular person I would say who had this title is Johnny Ives, who was the head of industrial design for Apple. And so when he was there at Apple, he had the Chief Design Officer title. Now, other companies I've seen, such as Logitech or PepsiCo or even Philips, also have this title as well. well. Okay, so those are the titles you can receive as an industrial designer. And, you know, depending on which company you're at and how heavy they weight industrial design, how much they value industrial design, could really depend on what kind of set of industrial design titles they have. So that's about it, guys. So I hoped I cleared a lot of these titles up for you, as well as how much each title get paid. Let me know down in the description if there's anything else you can add to this conversation, because, you know, it's all just a conversation. We're all here to continuously learn. And so if you could add anything to this topic, I would love to see it down in the description. Also, if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about, please let me know so I can go ahead and make another video for you guys. Anyways, it's great to be back again. And I know a lot of you guys were wondering where I went or if I died or something like that, but I've just been really busy. I bought a house mid to this year, a couple months ago actually, and so I've just been settling in, you know, just relaxing and working at my company and all that stuff. So finally getting around to making a video, so I'm really happy to be back and looking forward to seeing all the comments down below. If you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. And also leave me a comment down below if there's anything else you'd like to talk about. And definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for more industrial design related videos. All right, guys, my name is Jimmy, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.